stand by for action.
Thanks for joining me. My name's Dave Miller. I am the Unpleasant Blind Guy. One of the problems people have with shows like mine and people like me is that we bring them face to face with the fact that the world is not what they grew up with and not what the fake stream media is telling them that it is. Terrorism is a good example of this. You see, if you're in your 50s, or your 40s, or even your 30s, living in the United States of America, for the most part, terrorism is something that happened over there, in that other country, to those other people. And you probably felt sorry for them, possibly even donated to relief efforts for them through churches or whatnot. But it just wasn't something that happened here, wherever for you here is. But this is the world of the early 21st century, sports fans. It's a whole different game. And that game has spread to North America and to the United States of America. Jan Rennie, who panels with me on the English Defense League radio program, came across a story that points out well how terrorism can strike anyone, anywhere now. This was posted July 18th, 2017, by Nellie Gonzalez of CBC News in Canada.
Shaunavon Houle says he's grateful to be alive after suffering severe burns to his arm, face, and hands after an explosion inside the truck he was riding in on Saturday night.
Just wanted to get out of that truck, so I just dove out. I just climbed to the window right away. I just got out. My arm was on fire, same with my hand here, my hair.
Houle says he and his 3 friends were celebrating a birthday when they made a stop at this 7-Eleven store near Gallagher Street to buy cigarettes. He says that's when they all noticed a bag sitting on the hood of another car in the parking lot. Houle says the driver of the truck told his other friend, a woman who was sitting in the front passenger seat, to get out of the truck and grab the bag. She did, and the bag exploded shortly after they drove off.
Tried telling Beth to go grab that bag. I just told him, no, let's just go. And then I guess his curiosity got the best of him. Once she stuck her hand in the bag, it just engulfed in flames, just burst, just exploded pretty much.
They were all sent to hospital with severe burns. 2 are in critical condition with burns covering up to 50% of their bodies.
My prayers are with them. I hope that they're going to be okay.
Winnipeg police say the bomb was inside a bag that had been left outside the 7-Eleven store, but can't say yet how the bomb got inside the bag or why it was there.
We have some sense of that, but it's not something we can release on at this point. What I want to make clear to everybody here is that the 4 victims who were injured in this situation were not intended victims. They were innocent parties.
Police say the person who brought the bag to the 7-Eleven didn't know there was an explosive device inside either. Houle says they intended to turn the bag over to police.
Just curiosity, I guess. And curiosity can get you killed, right?
Still, he says the situation could have been much worse.
Just want to know who it is that would be doing something like this. If it wasn't us, it would have been someone else, right?
Police say while the incident is very concerning, they don't believe there is still a threat to public safety. Nellie Gonzalez, CBC News, Winnipeg.
Now, as of this recording, the Canadian authorities obviously aren't saying much. But that device was intended for someone. And I suspect, and it's only speculation, that it was intended to be used in a terrorist attack in a wider area. Though I pray for the continued recovery of these kids, they mistakenly made the assumption that they did not live in a place where an improvised explosive device could be. Folks, if you ask any veteran of the Vietnam War who was there fighting in infantry, they can tell you that improvised explosive devices can be the size of a soda can or even smaller. And as small as these things are, they can do a devastating amount of damage. And their size means they can be hidden almost anywhere. Don't let your curiosity lead to devastating injuries as it did for those poor kids in that pickup. Understand that you live in a world right now, even in the United States of America, where you can't simply find a package, a bag, suitcase, duffel bag, whatever, unattended, and just assume that it's nothing. If you see something like that, stay away from it and keep others away from it and call the police. They have the people and the equipment to deal with it. And very likely, yes, it'll be nothing. But in case it isn't, you might just save lives. And now it's time for an Awesome American segment. Yes. And this time, the designation of Awesome American covers a great organization that I consider to be right up there with Bikers Against Child Abuse. This is from a story on the Faith Real website with the title, How the Everyday Heroes at Truckers Against Trafficking Are Saving Lives. And you can find their video on YouTube on the Truckers Against Traf, that's TruckersAgainstTraff YouTube channel with the address https://youtube.be/azxawakenlo. Here's the audio from that video.
I finished up night deliveries early in the morning. Ended up finding a truck stop about 40 miles outside of Richmond, Virginia to take my 10-hour break. So I was filling out my paperwork, and 2 slots over there was an RV. This one was back in a truck lot, and it didn't look typical. It was kind of beat up, had black curtains. I saw a middle-aged man walk out and knock on the door. Well, the door opens, he goes in, and I'm still filling my paperwork out. And I looked over, and I saw what looked to me to be a young girl look out. And then she vanished, like she was pulled away from the window and the curtain was pushed back over. And I thought, this is a bad situation here. Nothing was reminding me of what a family situation would be. And I thought about it another couple minutes, and I said, this could be something pretty ominous. And so I just got the smartphone out, gave him a call and told him where I was and what I thought might be going on. And not 5 minutes later, 2 sheriff vehicles and 2 state troopers pulled in. And from there, it kind of unwound. I feel real good about being able to put 2 people in prison that don't need to be out floating around.
Traffickers have done an amazing job convincing us that she's just a prostitute and that we should just turn and look the other way. And this is a really highly effective business model for them, isn't it? Because we're all looking away, and they and the buyers are effectively raping America's women and children and making a ton of money while doing it. And they've also convinced us that this problem is too big, too dark, and too heavy for us to do anything about it. But they are wrong. If traffickers count on our ignorance and our apathy, that nobody knows and nobody cares enough to do anything about this, then we must know and we must care. And time again, history has borne this out. History has shown that when good men and good women do care and do know and get involved, they can actually change a person's life.
Truckers Against Trafficking is like the glue that's going to bond the industry. You guys are the ones that are putting out the materials, you're putting out all the information. Everybody's got smartphones now, everybody's on Facebook. I mean, just the sheer barrage of the information has done nothing but good. When they go through the orientation, they see the video, they get the decals, they also get the wallet cards. And the wallet cards is just a simple way to refresh your memory about what it is that's going on out there. If you see certain traits, this is the number to call. At the end of the day, you get your load there, you get it there safe, you get it delivered on time, and maybe you save somebody's life. What I've learned is human trafficking is a huge problem. And now I have an understanding there's an oppressor, there's the oppressed, and they're not doing this to make money for college or whatever your thought might be. They're doing this to stay alive because there's somebody on the other end of it forcing it.
That's the power of the trucking industry. That's the power of someone who has the courage to take a second look. And that's what trucking is able to do. That's what taxi drivers or bus drivers or law enforcement personnel or hotel workers, whoever you may be, wherever you are, if you take that second look, then what you're able to do by getting involved is you are effectively helping to change a life. And that's what we're asking for. You know, Kevin Kimmel had the courage to look again. Kevin Kimmel recognized, you know what, there's something not right. And he had the courage to make a call and get involved. And now he's helped unlock her pathway back to freedom. No matter what it may look like on the outside, no matter what it may seem like that moment in that parking lot or wherever you may be, that person is a human being. She's so much more. She is not just a victim in that moment, but she is a survivor. She is an overcomer. She is somebody that has a future. And we need the courage to look again. We need the courage to see that our actions in this moment will unlock the path to her freedom.
Well, I got a call from the state police. They wanted to know if I could release my phone number to her, and I said, yeah, that'd be fine. And I think she was still in the hospital. And she told me how much she appreciated it. And she said something to the regards of a guardian angel, and it's like, no, that's not the case. You know, I just made a phone call, and I'm glad I could help you, and I hope you go on and have a healthy and happy life. Try to put this thing behind you. We need to get back to a place where if somebody is in need, that we step up to it. There's a lot of things in life that aren't so obvious. This isn't one of them. My name's Kevin Kimmel, and I'm a trucker against trafficking.
Now, if you stop the next video from loading, after the one whose audio I just played finishes, you'll see a link to the Truckers Against Trafficking training video. You can get further information there, or if you want further information, you can call 1-888-373-7888. That's 1-888-373-7888. Human trafficking has always been a dirty little secret. It's been in societies as long as there have been societies. But the minute that we began making such things illegal, they went underground. Now, here in the United States of America, some of the biggest purveyors in sex slavery of girls and boys have been people from Mexico, Central and South America. But with the influx of Muslims onto the North American continent, with their ideologically sanctioned tradition of child sex slavery, the problem has gotten even worse. And it won't get any better unless we as Americans do everything we can as individuals to resolve the issue, and to tell our own government that the trading and the destruction of lives of young girls and boys for the sick sexual pleasure of monsters who would steal their innocence is unacceptable. I'm proud to call Executive Director Candace Paris and Kevin Kimmel and all the participants in Truckers Against Trafficking awesome Americans. And that's it for this time. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for listening, and may your God go with you. Goodbye. The Unpleasant Blind Guy is copyright 2017. Anno Domini.